This is Let's Talk Foerella, and this episode is brought to you by Hydro Affirmations. Remember, game time. Grind and mentally examine the inner me extensively. Today's episode, I'm going to make it small. I'm going to make it short. This is just an episode of me asking you guys, would you like more content on what it takes to be a trader, the mindset you need to be a trader, the amount of money that is good to start off when being a trader. I can also share with you guys trials and tribulations, the keys to having a master and learning how to trade from somebody hands-on versus just following somebody's plays along in a Discord. I can also tell you guys super secret clues on different Discords that you could try to get into if you want to learn how to trade passively.
Remember, this is Let's Talk Foerella, where I'm just a normal African-American male with a blue-collar job who likes to day trade for fun. Don't do anything I tell you, because if you do and you fail, you will blame me. But if you're thinking about doing it, I might or may not be able to support you in the right direction. Start off with this book or not. Start off with Think or Swim or not. It's all up to you, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed. If you lose money, it is all on you. It is not on me. Have a great day, because this is Let's Talk Foerella.
I will tell you guys, when it comes to trading, you cannot think of day trading as, oh, this is just going to be another income of mine. I'm going to get in, I'm going to win right away, I'm going to make money right away. Because honestly, the best way to think about money is you're putting it in circulation. When you're trading, you're circulating that money to come back to you and accumulate more value. And you have to understand that when you lose in the market, that's tuition. That is not a loss. It is tuition. You have to pay if you want to play. And if you join trading day one thinking that you're going to win, stop right fucking now. Because you'll be the guy who over leverages and blows his account. I've seen guys blow $40,000. I've seen guys lose $85,000 worth of money. I've seen guys grow accounts from $1,000 up to six figures accounts based on the mindset and not the amount of money that you had at play. If you guys want to learn about charts, if you guys want to learn about formations, if you guys want me to show you the setup that I use to trade in the stock market, the app that I use to trade while I'm out and about, the Discord that I'm a part of on an everyday basis, and the book that I read from start to finish and annotated this whole fucking book before I started trading, I can give you guys all the game and all of the information if you are interested. If you don't care, I don't care. I won't post. I don't care. I would rather keep the game to myself. I would rather gatekeep. But if this is something that you want more information on, let me know. Leave a comment. Like this motherfucker. Share it. Because if not, I'm going to just gatekeep. I don't care. But if you care, I care. And at Let's Talk Foerella, we'll always care. Have a great day. So, for this side of the market talk that I want to give you guys, I want to say that the best thing to develop before you become a trader is, for one, have all your personal finances already in order. Do not get into day trading trying to dig yourself out of a hole. Don't get into day trading trying to fucking quit your job and find something new, because you're approaching, and like, day trading is already one of the most craziest professions in the world. Literally only 15% of Americans day trade, okay? So you have to learn that you're going into something not everybody else does. When you become a trader, you're pretty much not going to have anybody else on the same path as you. And when you're trading, you have to identify that your judgment is the best judgment if you learn to identify the knowledge and the steps that it takes to be a fucking good trader, okay? So the best thing is you have to identify that our brain works off of dopamine. Green is good, red is bad. When it comes to trading, the key and the art, remember this, the key and the art to trading is not in trading. It is in waiting. That means that more than a lot of times, a play that you could get ready to play will go negative before you reap the benefits. But because a lot of new traders don't have the reins to see red in order to swim in green, they sell in red. That's how people kill their accounts. I've seen plays go negative $2,000, walk away from it, come back. Now you're up $4,000. But it's the mental mind state that it takes to stomach through that $2,000 in hopes that your data judgment was the best judgment in order for this play to come back around and play out. You also have to identify that when it comes to trading, there's multiple different ways to trade. You can be a scalp trader. That's somebody who's in a trade for less than 5 minutes. You can be a day trader for someone who's in a trade no longer than a day. Or you can be a swing trader, somebody who makes trades that swings overnight. There are at least 6 to 7 indicators that you would need to use in order to execute accurate trades in the market, okay? You have to understand that sometimes you'll lose, but based on your best judgment of this book, for example, the Candlestick Trading Bible, invented by Monisha Hama, this book right here. If any of you guys have Let's Talk Foerella, send me a message. I will email you this entire book for free if you want it. Because this book teaches you about candlesticks. It teaches you about the ideology you need when understanding that when you read the market, it has everything to do with price action. It has everything to do with your EMA lines. That means the 9 EMA, 5, the 24 EMA, the 50, all different time zone and when data is collected by the market. You also have to be able to identify breakouts and patterns. There's a lot that goes into day trading, but you also have to be willing to sit down, take those losses, practice before you get into the market, because I know guys who will take money out of their 401k thinking that they're going to be the best day trader ever, lose everything, and now their 401k is fucked. Don't touch with your personal finances at all. Day trading is meant for you to create means of a different form, I'd say an aggressive way of generational wealth on the side. Because obviously you have to have your Roth 401ks, your bonds, your ETFs. You have to have S&P 500, 400, fucking index funds, things like that. You also have to have Don't trade if you don't have a savings. Don't trade if you fucking have debt. If you got debt on your credit cards and shit, don't trade. Pay that shit off. If you're putting in less than 5% at your job's Roth, and if you don't know if your job has a Roth, don't trade, because trading comes after you know how to establish and have good credit. You know how to save your money cash liquid. You know how to invest in your company stock to grow money, because if you know how to discipline yourself in all the universal means of finance, day trading will be that much easier when it comes to stomaching through the losses, actually enjoying the gains, because sometimes when it comes to day trading, the dopamine in your head that have you so pumped up from seeing green, people will get greedy and bleed every time it happens. When you see profit, take profit. $5 turns into 50. 50 turns into 500. 500 turns into 5,000. But you can't make 5,000 if you can't manage 500. And you can't make 500 if you can't manage 50. Every step in the market has to be a better step than your last step. Real known small fun fact, if you grow your account over 1% a day, that's one trade a day at $1,000 account, you'll accumulate compound interest on top of whatever you're doing with your job, making sure your debt is paid off, making sure you have some money saved up, because don't jump into stocks thinking that this shit is going to change your life. Also, you could take the route I took. I went and got a teacher. I paid somebody to teach me hands-on how to trade. It was very intense. The guy wasn't nice, and I could have cried and crumbled at every step of the way. And the only thing that he kept saying that kept me motivated was this money. We talking millions. There's no emotion. You gotta get through it. So unless you got that stomach, that grit, and that time to actually sit there and get screen time and trade and actually make yourself a better trader, there's no fucking way you're gonna be good. Either you get with somebody, hey, you might find somebody who can actually teach you, or read this book, learn on your own, or there's so many accredited discords that can teach you how to trade, that can teach you how to invest in the market. Number one, if you're watching this podcast, because I'm not posting it on my story, the best discord to be a part of when it comes to trading is Trading Alphas. Trading Alphas, okay? They got 3 admins. These guys make over $2 to $3 million plus a month. Yes, there's losses. Yes, they lose. But when they win, they fucking win big, okay? This group also has different outreach programs. They do live tradings every single day. Like when it comes to market news, market data, understanding the market, understanding charting, understanding the levels, understanding what you're looking at in the market, Trading Alphas is the best trading discord I know of as of right here, right now, of the recording of this podcast. If you're somebody who has a tablet and you're reading this book and you want to learn how to chart, I would download TradingView. TradingView allows you to look at market structures, set your levels, find tickers, and you can find articles by using TradingView on your iPad. On my cell phone, I use TD Ameritrade because TD Ameritrade is compatible with my 3-panel setup, which is Thinkorswim. And the main reason I use Thinkorswim personally is not only is it compatible with my cell phone device, which is TD Ameritrade, which is a brokerage account. And when you're applying for a day trading account, make sure that you do not apply for a margins account. If you apply for a margins account as a new trader, whether you're using Robinhood, Webull, TD like me, or fucking, I don't know what the other ones are, you will be flagged as a day trader and your account will be closed down. Don't be fucking foolish. Read the fine print. No margin account if you want to be a day trader. Next step is, if you're using Thinkorswim is extremely beneficial when it comes to reading the Candlestick Trading Bible. Once again, if you need it, let me know. But unless you're watching this podcast, how else would you know to ask me for it? Watch it and you'll get this book. If not, good fucking luck. If you're using Thinkorswim as your brokerage account to trade every day in the market, Thinkorswim allows you to make ghost trades, meaning you can get real world time data and trade with, I want to say it's like 100 grand they give you. You trade with over 100K and it lets you actually make plays in the market and reap the benefits of those plays and actually put to test what you're learning with real time data. You can go back to when the market was at its most popping, when, hey, T-Dog was in the house. Or you can go back to when the market was shitty, when your daddy Biden is in the house. But I don't want to get into politics. So when it comes to trading on a daily basis, TD Ameritrade on your phone, TradingView on your tablet, Thinkorswim on your computer monitor setup, you will need to have 2 to 3 monitors minimum when it comes to day trading. You need to have your charts, have your listing on where you execute your plays, have your tickers, have your wallet, and have more charts. And when it comes to trading, a lot of people make the mistake of only looking. If you're trading, you're watching this. If you're a trader, you know the lingo. A lot of people make the mistake of only looking at their chart at a 5-minute increment. If you want to be an excellent day trader, you have to do 3 time zones or 4. I do 3, but you can go daily time chart, which shows the entire market structure in 1 month to 1 year time increments. You can go to the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 5-minute. And that's where you chart your levels before you execute on the 5-minute. Unless you're going through all the steps from biggest time frame to smallest, you will not be able to execute day trades in a smaller time frame. Understand, the market will take, but the importance is your money is in circulation. If seeing the red and white candles fuck up your psychic because the dopamine automatically goes, green light means go, green means good, red means bad, blood is red, red means stop. It's already instilled in our minds. You can change the candlesticks to black and white so you can better understand how the data of the chart flows so you can better execute those plays. Up until you get to that point, I would highly suggest reading the book, downloading Thinkorswim, not applying for a margins account, and studying the book. Annotate this book. Take notes. Understanding that the size of the candle matters, the size prior to the candle matters, the size of the entire structure matters, the size of the wicks. In Japanese, they call them shadows. Upper wick, the length at the top, always represents the retailers, the buyers in the market. The bottom always represents the sellers in the market, okay? Understanding the length of those wicks from top to bottom, from candlestick to candlestick, does make a huge difference. You understand the market structure that much more better. But you won't get any of this information unless you read. And if you don't read, you won't succeed, because not that many people day trade. If you're watching this video right now, you're probably one of the very few who actually give a shit to make something different of your life, because the whole reason that I start day trading is because I look at my company's Roth plan. At the time, I will admit I didn't diversify my portfolio. They put everything in a fucking tax-deferred 401k plan, fixed all that shit, put it in a Roth, diversified it, ETFs, bonds, etc., right? Before I did all that, I've been at my company 6 years. My fucking 401k plan only had 25 grand in it. That's absolutely absurd considering the fact I've been there 6 years and I've been putting in 10% into my plan every year, and my company matches 8%. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? And then what really fucked me up is, I won't say no names, but I had got called to help a coworker with his investing portfolio, and I'm not licensed, but I do my fucking research, and I know how to read a good ass chart. And after seeing that this man had only 45 grand in his account after over 30 years with the same company, I really had to take a step back and go, well, you know what? I need to allocate my time and my money and my efforts to something that I have the ability to put my hands on physically. Because, for example, when I first decided to trade, I seen that amount. I'm like, you know what? Let me take out 3 grand, jump into the stock market, and double it. I had to write a letter. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I even said my grandma died. They wanted a picture of my grandma's obituary. They wanted a picture of my grandmother's obituary for me to get my money. Mind you, I was lying, but it was COVID time and I needed a quick flip. And that shit did not work at all. Honestly, it was dumb, but it was the only idea I had at the time. So to get through that situation, worked hard, long hours at work, got a bunch of fucking OT, worked like 60-hour days, 7 days a week, sometimes 70 hours, got my nice little bit of loaf to pay my teacher, and then jump in the market, 6 years, 24 grand. 9 months trading, 57 grand liquid, touchable, that I don't fucking have to tell anybody about. And if you don't spend any of it, check this out. When it comes to trading, a lot of people don't know SPY is the main thing I trade, or QQQ. Tesla and Amazon, all that shit, yeah, sure, whatever, but mainly SPY, because on a long-term tax level, SPY is untaxable 80% long-term. And if you spend that money in a short-term time period, it is only taxable up to 60%. And the main reason I trade SPY is, like I said, when it comes to trading the market, you got to pay tuition. They got to get their blood. But if you understand and identify what's going on in the market, you'll always stay in the green. The main ideology, this is game. If you're watching this, you're getting it. The main ideology that you need to have when it comes to trading SPY is understanding that SPY is the S&P 500, okay? What's the biggest chunk in the S&P 500? Tech. And what's the biggest shareholder in all of tech? Apple. And who are the big five in tech? Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia. Top five, Apple is the biggest leg of all five, and tech is the biggest chunk of all the S&P. So, fun fact, if Apple moves, S&P 500 moves, and that is a way that you can execute plays also. But that's understanding that S&P is huge, it has better tax benefits, but understanding it can be controlled by its biggest leg, which is tech, and the biggest leg in tech is Apple. So if you can identify that, because when it comes to trading, you will have to be somebody who reads a lot of market news, a lot of war news, a lot of logs, a lot of data. Like, to become a trader, you have to become envision a whole other person of yourself that you couldn't possibly envision in becoming. Understanding that shit. You think that I could have understood that, damn, if I work 60 hours in a work week, my paychecks are going to be $2,300 a week. But if I trade 10 minutes in the stock market, I can make $5,000. And that's not for everybody, but it is a possibility if you work and do your research and do your due diligence before you jump into the market. It can 100,000% easily be you, because the only guys that really fail in the market make good money, but they don't get the psychology of the money, of the endorphins, of the dopamine that they seek when it comes to getting all of these wins, okay? Read, study, and if you ain't got the dough, don't get in. And if you can't stomach a loss, don't get in. If you can't see $5,000 sitting in your account and you lose $4,000 that same day, and I tell you to come back in hopes to win a smidge of that, but we can get a smidge of that per day, and if you can't stomach or even think about doing something like that, or if that $5,000 is all your savings, don't get in. Don't get in. You're going to fucking blow up your life and be back at work sick as fuck. Sad that you joined the market and didn't listen. You have to read. You have to take losses. You have to study. You have to practice. There is no shortcuts when it comes to day trading at all. Understand that this shit is for the big dogs, and if you can stomach everything else, you can be a big dog. I'm at work every fucking day because I need benefits. I like time off, and I like to work. Stock market makes good money, but the days I lose, I still get to go to work. So until I'm at the point where I'm tripling my yearly on a monthly, you'll still see me at work. Always understand that there is no such thing as enough money. Never get comfortable, because where you are content, that's how you repent. And that's all for Let's Talk Foerella. Understand, this book is key. If you watch the video, I got a copy for you. If not, you're on your own. And remember, hydroaffirmations.com to get your day trading water bottle inspiration. Because before you get your money right, you got to grind and mentally examine the inner you extensively. So let's get it and let's get right.